What's good? Canelo Alvarez just dominated Callum Smith for 12 rounds to win the WBA and WBC world titles at 168. Man, Canelo fought a good fight. He was able to pressure him. I liked what Boxing Wave said. Shout outs to Boxing Wave in his prediction to this fight. He says Canelo has the ability to pressure a fighter without necessarily throwing, and that's what he did against Kovalev, and that's what he did against Callum Smith. He's able to position himself very well, just moving his head and placing his feet in ways that just pressures his opponent. It has his bigger opponents going backwards from the first round. You think a bigger guy with a bunch of knockouts? I mean, he was no slouch. He had 19 knockouts in 27 fights. He could pop, man. He was going back from the first round. And from the first round, when I saw Beefy going backwards and not throwing the jab and letting Canelo come forward, I said to myself, this is gonna be a long night for Callum Smith. And I keep wanting to call him Beefy because now Canelo beat both of the Smith brothers. But regardless, Canelo had a very easy time coming forward, going inside, cutting off the ring. Canelo cutting off the ring. Man, that's a work of art. Canelo's footwork is really good. It's really impeccable. Just moving his feet in ways that position himself where he's gonna throw, and then moving his head so that Smith won't land with whatever he's gonna throw. And it's not like Smith is gonna retaliate after being hit. He's just gonna look at Canelo while Canelo goes backwards. He's not gonna retaliate. He just let Canelo go inside, get a combination off, right hook, a jab, right to the body, left hook to the body. Ooh, he's gonna put his elbow to his body, and then Canelo's gonna go backwards and set up for the next combination. It's not like he retaliated or threw the jab so Canelo wouldn't come in. That was the intrigue of this fight. Okay, he has a 7-inch reach advantage on this guy. Come on. But he didn't use them. Use it. It's not enough to have a reach and height advantage. That's not enough. You have to use them. You have to be able to use them. And in the first or second round, one of the commentators said, "Yeah, the plan." Smith kept getting asked about if he was just gonna stick and move Canelo, but he kept saying that wasn't his style. That's a red flag right there. If it's not your style, but you see that these certain type of fighters have given Canelo trouble in the past, and you have this much physical advantage over him, maybe you want to change your style a little bit. It's like Danny Garcia against Spence. The style that you would normally use won't work against Spence, and you knew that from the fourth, fifth round, if you did it from the first, that if you continued this plan, that you were going to lose a wide decision or a knockout. So change your style, change your normal style. That's what great fighters do. Canelo was moving back, moving his head in the first fight against Golovkin. He got a draw. So the second fight, he goes forward and presses the fight, so he's a clear winner. Same thing with Tyson Fury. Almost the exact same situation happened to him. He said, okay, the judges won't give it to me if I fight like this. So this is how I have to fight now. That's what great fighters do. Canelo is a great fighter, number one pound for pound fighter at the moment. You could argue Crawford, and it kills me to say Canelo because I love me some Monster, but Canelo's clearly the pound for pound fighter in regards to resume, in regards to longevity, in regards to if you want to put popularity in there, superstardom. Canelo's a clear pound for pound guy, man. And he showed good head movement, good footwork, good combinations, good body work, of course. But those uppercuts, beefy. Callum Smith. These Englishmen are generic. That's what I'm saying. Callum Smith has his high guard. So what do you do with a guy who fights like this? You rip in between the guard, and Canelo was doing that all night. Canelo was able to use his physical attributes for defense and offense. He was able to take advantage of his body type because he was so much smaller compared to Smith that Smith wasn't able to hit him in any way. Yes, because Canelo has great head movement, but also because Canelo covering up is gonna take it's gonna give less room for Smith to hit him. Less of a target, I mean. So Smith, it really didn't look like. If he had a plan, I'd have no idea what it is. If he had a plan coming in, I don't know. Did he just think he was just gonna come in and overwhelm Canelo? Canelo was just gonna let him go forward, or he was gonna beat him backing up without throwing the jab. I don't know what the hell Smith was doing, but Canelo had a great plan. Canelo is great at pressuring without throwing punches. He's great at his body work, his footwork. Like I've already said, man. And Canelo has said that he only wants challenges. There's an article on The Ring that says that he's not motivated by money. He's motivated by challenges. So if that's the case, 168, Caleb Plant. Let's bring on Caleb Plant. Benavidez is probably the most fun fight if you don't count David Lemieux, which I still have high hopes for. But then there's a third Triple G fight looming, which he seems really over it. He doesn't seem like he wants it. The fans that seem over it too seem to forget that the first two fights were really good. The second fight was the Ring Fight of the Year, so why wouldn't you want to see the third fight? But I get it. You want to see new fights, but you want to see a difficult style matchup? Caleb Plant. But really, I think he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders if he gets through Andrade. I think that fight was just made. But most important fight that just got made today is Gallo versus Chocolatito 2. That's going to be the fight of 2021. So I think probably Canelo versus Saunders or Canelo versus Plant if he's being honest about challenges. That's probably the biggest challenge, stylistically. But Canelo looked good. He's in his prime right now. I know a lot of people don't like him, but you're gonna be like me you're gonna be like me watching Pacquiao in his prime, just hating this guy for being the number one guy, and you're not gonna enjoy his prime. Just enjoy Canelo's prime as he improves himself as a boxer. So you gotta appreciate that. That's what you gotta appreciate about Pacquiao. And now Canelo is going through that path as he goes through his prime. So thanks everybody for watching. What do you guys think about his performance? And what do you think he should do next? Peace.